All right, welcome to the Prize Picks on 5 here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Skolnick. You can follow me at Ethan J. Skolnick or the 5 Reasons Sports, but don't follow me to Kasaya Center. The tickets are expensive, although not as expensive as Messi tickets. We got David Eversole. You can follow him at David W. Eversole. We got David Friedman. You can follow him at Talk About Sports. Prize Picks, use the code 5. Download it from the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store, or prizepicks.com. Use the code 5. You get your initial deposit matched up to $100. You don't have to put all the money down at once, but they'll match it just one time. So you may want to do that. Let's get to the story of the day here. Game 3, Heat Nuggets, series tied at 1. No Tyler Hero tonight, so same group for the Heat. Caleb Martin's feeling a little bit healthier. That's the only real difference on their side. No difference in terms of the Denver starters or their 8-man rotation. Let's get to it. Jimmy Butler, David Eversole, do you play him tonight?
I feel like Jimmy's going to maybe finally have one of those early playoff type performances and just give us a scoring game. So if I was going to play anything on Jimmy, I'd take him over the 25.5 points. But I personally didn't play any of his squares today. But if I was going to lean anywhere, I would lean probably towards him taking more of an onus on scoring.
Well, again, that points total, which was 21.5 during the season, crept all the way up to 29.5. And now it's split the difference at 25.5. Freeman, you play anything Jimmy?
I went Jimmy over on assists, 6.5. I was hitting that field goal attempt thing like over and over and over again. Obviously, something's not right. We were talking about this before. Like, he's got no lift. His shots are flat until they need him, kind of thing. I don't trust the points right now. I'm gonna go assists.
All right, going with assists. I'll tell you this. I do think we're going to see a Jimmy game finally. I would finally play him over. I haven't played him over in the first 2 games, but I just got the sense yesterday. He got asked so many questions about whether he's a scorer or not. Every time that everybody thinks he's going to go a certain way, he goes the other. Also, I've heard kind of behind the scenes that he's feeling a little bit healthier over the past 48 hours, so that's certainly helpful. Maybe a reason to play him. All right, the current MVP of this series on the Heat side is Bam Adebayo. I know you laugh at me all the time, Friedman. Would you play Bam tonight?
I was actually saying that you didn't want to make picks tonight. That's why you said you couldn't get on because of Bam. Bam, I have not put him in a lineup yet. It's still like that thing where I feel like he could get the field goal attempts. I guess I'll go with that. 15. I know he was close last game. I don't feel safe doing anything with him still, and he's been playing really good. I just don't feel safe.
Would you play anything, Eversole?
Yeah, I hedged Bam actually over 22.5 points plus assists. He's been distributing the ball really well, and his scoring's been around 21 points a game on its own. So I like this number, 22.5 points and assists. He could maybe even get there on points alone. So I feel like you have a little more room. And they bumped his points total, actually. It was at 18.5. They did give that a slight bump to 19.
Yeah, I will say this. I don't know that I'd play his points tonight. I would look at the rebounds and assists. I feel like this is going to be more of a Jimmy game. All right, Friedman, favorite Heat prop other than Bam or Jimmy? Give me one.
Gabe Vincent over 2 points in the first 6 minutes. I hit on it last game. He's getting shots up early, and he's only got to hit one basket to push there. So I'll go Gabe over 2 points in the first 6.
Eversole, favorite Heat prop other than Bam or Jimmy?
I wanted to look for Lowry if you had anything on threes, but I would maybe take Lowry over 11.5 points plus assists.
Yeah, that seems fairly safe. I think he's going to get the minutes tonight. Again, no Hero. Would anybody feel comfortable playing? Are there any Caleb Martin props up at all?
I didn't see any. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but now when you mentioned him before, I think that's a good play. Obviously, it's what was it, 8.5 points?
8.5 points. If he's healthy, I mean, he's going to be the first guy off the bench pretty much.
I'm going to have to throw one in there with him in there.
Yeah, he's feeling a whole lot better than he did before, and I feel like they'll find some ways to free him up. I might look at some of those Caleb props. All right, let's switch over to the Nuggets side. Jokic and Murray. Would you play either of them, Friedman, and how?
Both of them. So my pick is Murray over 31 points, or 31.5 points and assists. I think he's had 10 assists in both games. He can hit that with points or assists at that point. Jokic. I was kind of iffy on what to go with. I went over on 29 points, but I like the free throws also.
Eversole, did you play either of them?
Maybe I would play Jokic on 3 field goals made in his first 5 attempts. I like him.
Such a crazy stat. Like some of the stuff they got on. I mean,
I think it's kind of interesting. I mean,
they got the crunch time on
first 5.
Yeah.
Something, one of those, crazy props. So I like a lot of the role players on Denver tonight, actually.
Who else do you like on Denver?
KCP over half a free throw. I think that one's kind of safe. That's like my Caleb Martin earlier in the playoffs type play. Just a good value there. He's been getting to the line 2-3 times a game.
But he did say they played horribly the other night, so he's got to play better. Friedman, what else do you like on the Nuggets side? Anything?
Yeah, I took Aaron Gordon over a half a block shot. He's had at least one in a bunch of games in a row, but throughout the season, you could look back and he's pretty consistent having a block or two.
All right. Any final thoughts here before we go, other than everybody telling everyone to use the code 5, F-I-V-E? Any final thoughts, Friedman?
Damian Lillard.
We can't play him tonight. Eversol, Messi, you going over half a goal in his first match.
Yeah, over like 3 goals probably. But against the MLS competition, it'd be very interesting to see him against like Salt Lake City and some of these other teams. But speaking of Aaron Gordon, he's been super efficient and not a lot of high volume. He's going like 5 for 7 in these games. So I took him under 4.5 field goals missed. Now he's shooting well. He just doesn't have a super high volume amount of shots. So I kind of like some of these off the beaten path plays that PrizePicks is putting out there now. So I went Gordon under 4.5 field goals missed. And no Chris Paul.
All right, there you go. I'll just say this without going through the props because I couldn't get on today for some reason. Got to turn the location services off, I suppose. Still on Denver time. I like the Michael Porter Jr. props today. I feel like, again, he talked about it. He was only shot 1 of 7 against Gabe in the last game. But I feel like they need to free him up in this game a little bit. I feel like Jokic should be a little bit more of a passer.
I like his free throws.
Which is what they prefer. Yeah, the free throws is interesting there.
There's rebounds.
So that might be my play. All right, use the code 5, F-I-V-E. Apologize for the background noise. Eversol and I will be back before the Stanley Cup Finals tomorrow night, right? We got a game every single day. So we're going to do that as well. Pretty soon we're going to need those Luis Arias. I guess I got to remember how to pronounce his name if he's going to hit 400. We might have some props on that before the end of the season. All right, thanks to Freeman. Thanks to Eversol. Make sure you use that code 5. Check out all the other content. Pre-game shows already up on the channel. Plenty of videos going up as well. Also coverage from Dolphins minicamp and also from Stanley Cup Finals practice today. Have a good day, everybody.